Three. Hello friends, I'm Kanchan from Akulmek Technologies and you're welcome to Top Brass. Today we have Sitesh Srivastava who has a deep interest in corporate training. He had been training marketing professional, IT professional worldwide. He is also having close relation with radio broadcasting. So Sitesh, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Kanchan, great day and great once again to talk to you on this show. I'm very impressed by the conversations that we choose and we talk about. And I believe it has generated quite a good amount of interest amongst our viewers and listeners as well. So let's begin our today's conversation.
Yes, now you are based at Bangalore, and I'm sure you must be missing Johannesburg days when you are going to office and meeting your colleague. But now you are at Bangalore, and you also have a deep interest of history. So we'll be discussing more about Karnataka, the heritage and the culture. Today, I thought let me ask you about Vijayanagara Empire, which was there 500 years back, and we have a great architecture ruins are there still, and it was established by great king. And can you guess?
Krishna Dev Raya.
Very good. Out of 10. It's yeah, it is said that it's last Hindu empire, and Tenali Rama, you must have heard about him. He was minister to this king, to this empire. So let's discuss about this Vijayanagara Empire, which is a world heritage nowadays.
Well, Kanchan, history has been my loveliest of the subjects, a subject that always takes me back to the imagination. And as I said earlier, that in last 200 to 300 of years of the history from modern history, I can visualize what would have happened, how would have things moved around. And Vijayanagar Empire has been in my conscious for a very young age. One, I remember reading about Vijayanagar Empire in Amar Chitra Katha, if you remember those comics. I think now they are published in the digital version. But I remembered reading the first instance of Vijayanagara Empire and Hampi and those famed kingdoms of those days, medieval ages in Amar Chitra Katha. As I grew up in the school, I read through the history books. But when I actually went into the professional life, I actually did my own research, own television viewing, internet explorations. And by virtue of staying in Bangalore for over 10 years now, I met a lot of people, the local Kannadigas, who speak proudly about this Vijayanagara Empire. So happy to talk to you about it and its great contribution in India's history, medieval history.
So it is said that he was a great Dani, I mean the king of Vijayanagar. He used to give lot of alms to poor people, and it is also said that his lot of alms were given to the temple Tirupati, and now whatever gold which is we see which is covered on the temple is given by Krishna Dev Rai. So apart of this, he was very, very benevolent, very, very intelligent king. He has a lot of love from his praja, from his people. And then Tenali Rama was his minister, which is I think he is world famous through the stories. I am sure that you must have also heard and maybe told stories of Tenali Rama to your kids.
Yes, Kanchan. So I always imagine that when Tenali Rama was on the scene, probably that was the time when Birbal was also there in the Akbar's court. Could be around the same time, or probably a difference by 100 150 years. So India has a great tradition of those interesting, witty and intelligent courtiers, and Tenali Rama's name comes at almost very, very top level on that. And uh, but Kanchan, the important part is to realize that before the famed king Krishna Devaraya, the founding of the Vijayanagara Empire by the two brothers, which were the Harihara I and Bukka from the Sangam dynasty, and that was somewhere around 1336. So if you can take your thoughts back, it was the time of when the sultanates were attacking from the north side, and India was primarily being attacked on the northern side, the Delhi side, by those sultanates. And these sultanates were trying to get into the southern part of India. And at that point of time, Vijayanagara Empire in the medieval ages, it was established. But from 1336, Kanchan, it took almost around 150 years more to establish Vijayanagara Empire as we know it today, and we talk about its famed glory. When the whole of south of India, as we know today, including Sri Lanka, was under the control of the Vijayanagara Empire. And I was more astonished to know about the importance of its capital Hampi, which is even mentioned to some of the texts in the Kishkindha Kand of epic Ramayana. And it is close to the place where Lord Rama and Lakshman, his brother, they met Hanuman and Sugriva. So the capital of Vijayanagara Empire and that particular region is very, very rich in its history. Lot of leaves of history are buried there. It needs to be told, retold, brought about, talked about, and probably we need a national level of a television program like Bharat Khoj once again in the modern context to talk about the famed history of Vijayanagara.
Yeah, you raised a very good point that Hampi has a long history. Even Hampi is being mentioned as Kishkinda in Ramayana. So that place has so vast and so old history. We should tell to our young people, and we should put one lesson about this. And you know that even the architecture is world class. If you have been to Vijayanagara Empire, you know there's a place which called musical mahal, and there are pillars, and each pillars when you strike with any stick, it gives a different sound. So you don't need any orchestra or any instrument. You just keep on hitting. It'll come saregama pa kind of from every pillar. It is said it's usually this is how they used to play music when there was some utsav was there, some festival was there. So it was it is awesome to really see this architecture and praise this architecture. This is awesome. What do you think about it?
I mean, you couldn't have been more right about it, Kanchan. And as I said, we need to appreciate these individual kingdoms which were actually the real nationalism of today was being showcased by the Vijayanagara and those kingdoms of Hoysal and Kakatiyas and the Chalukyas and the Pandyans, and how they were being fought by the invaders or the crusaders who were coming from the the Iran side of India, as in the modern world, modern India. So it is important to understand the stability brought by the Vijayanagara Empire and how it was probably the last time the whole of South India was under one empire's control, and it was a successful for almost 200 years, starting from 1336 and going up to 1646. This is around 200, little more than 200 years of a history. We see great architecture. We are now aware of the great governance and the welfare systems, the bifurcations of the state versus the executive versus the judiciary in its early forms. And that was like a mini country in a big country itself. And that definitely needs to be spoken about, talked about in small pieces, in an interesting storytelling way. And probably the schools have a responsibility to take the children on the school trips. And then in the college time, college trips, not just picnics, to these areas to make it appreciated. I'm sure that the tourism department of Karnataka and India, they do a good job. Archaeological Survey of India does an amazing job by keeping and preserving these monuments and architectures. But we need to do more. The Hampi area is also the UNESCO World Heritage Site. But we need to do more in terms of the preservation, in terms of preaching about it, in terms of showcasing it, in terms of bringing international attention towards this part of our history, which will actually contributed to the Indian subcontinent or Indian peninsula's history. Because these were not just, few states of today. They reached up to in modern Asia Pacific levels.
Yes, you have pointed out rightly that Krishan Dev Rai established a good administration. He had strong ties to foreign countries. There were trade relations were also established, and he has done a water management system established at that point of time for irrigation. And then he also enhanced the culture of Kannada, Tamil, Sanskrit, and whatever Carnatic music we learn, it originated from that era only. So all these things are so awesome, and I think one episode is so short time to really discuss such a vast and powerful empire and the powerful king. But then we may be discussing more about Vijayanagara later on in our next episodes. And do you want to add anything or message you want to give?
Definitely, Kanchan.
Youngster.
Kanchan, I thank you more that you again rekindled this interest, which I had kind of made dormant for some time, about knowing our own history. We live in this modern global village where we try to know more outside our own states and provinces and countries, and we try to find out less and probably know very less our own states, capitals, and its historical contribution to the modern culture that we have. And therefore, the subject of Vijayanagara and the Hampi that we picked up today, it has got a very interesting history from the 3rd century BCE, from the Ashoka's time till the modern history. It's probably more than 1,000 years of recorded history that we are actually sitting on. So of course, there we may not be able to do justice with one of the episodes, but probably we will reinvent our conversation around such subjects as we go forward, and when we bring other states' cultural contribution and historical contribution to our Indian Union.
Yeah, it was so nice to talk to you once again today. We'll meet with another subject or maybe this subject in our next episode. Till then, bye-bye, take care.
Good day, take care.